Okay, so this video is going to be, as the title suggests, TNA related, and it's going to be basically their fall from grace, if you like, over the last, I would say, maybe 3-4 months, maybe a bit more, and it's just going to be my thoughts on why things are going wrong and what they can possibly do to change it. I mean, I'm no genius, but I don't think it takes a genius really to work out where they're going wrong and what they can do to improve. So yeah, as I say, they've been on a sort of steady, in my opinion, on a steady sort of slump and decline over the certainly at least 3 months. Back end of last year and certainly the beginning of this year, it's got even worse in my opinion. So what's going wrong? Well, first of all, some of the storylines are just a fucking embarrassment. The main storyline within the company being a prime example of that, which is Bully Ray, Brooke Hogan marriage, Hulk Hogan contesting the marriage, Sting getting involved. It's all just a convoluted mess. I've no idea why they're persevering with it. I think it's stupid. In this day and age, it's too far out there. They're reaching too far. You can't do this kind of storyline in this day and age, in my opinion. And yeah, it's wasting Bully Ray. It's wasting Sting, who's now become involved, and it's just a joke. I mean, when was the last time Bully Ray even wrestled? It's just all gone too far, and it's almost as though they're digging a hole with it and they don't know how to get out, and they're just digging deeper and deeper. And yeah, that needs to be addressed. It needs to be knocked on the head and just finished as soon as possible, really. Which leads into my next problem, which is aces and eights. Now, I've always been a big fan of this storyline. I really have. I think an invasion type heel stable works. It's proven in the past that it works. NWO, Evolution to a degree, Nexus, obviously. When done right, when done correct, it works. It's effective, but I still think there is life in it, and it ties in with Bully Ray. Actually, my last point. I think that just pretty much straight away, sooner rather than later, they need to turn Bully Ray heel, have him attack Hogan and Sting, and be the face. Be the head of Aces and Eights, the leader of Aces and Eights, and have him be the main focal point of that stable. He does his best work by far as a heel. He was massively over as a heel during most part of last year, and he actually won me. I never thought I'd say this, but he actually won me over as a singles guy. So they need to do that sooner rather than later. Turn Bully Ray, have him attack Hogan, attack Sting, reveal that he's the leader of Aces and Eights. You've already got the ready-made partnership with Devon, who's already in Aces and Eights. So they need to just run with it. They need to just go with that. That's the logical conclusion to both those problems, in my opinion. So yeah, that's that. That actually ties in with this next point I'm going to make. All this is sort of interlocked at times, so just bear with me. But my next problem is the world title picture. Since Jeff Hardy won it from Aries, it's just gone nowhere. There's no real feuds going on. I don't know. I had to think about it before I made this video to think who is feuding with Hardy at the minute over the world title, and I couldn't come up with the answer. I don't know. I know that they had the 3-way at Genesis, and it looks like they're sort of teasing a Aries and Rude feud, but over a sort of jealousy, sort of both trying to outdo each other, one-upsmanship type of feud, which fair enough. But the problem is they've done this feud. They did it one better over the world title last year. So where are they going to go with it? in my opinion, there's absolutely no legs in another Bobby Roode, Austin Aries feud. Not so soon. Not the same feud twice within 1 year. There's just no way. No way I'm gonna accept that. So yeah, they're both sort of going back and forth, tit for tat with each other, and Jeff Hardy's just stuck in the middle of nowhere, seemingly with the world title. And the world title's becoming less and less important and less prestigious. And I mean, Hardy can go in the. It looks like he's sorted his problems out. He can definitely go in the ring. So again, this is where the last point I made ties in. I think once they've turned Bully Ray and he's revealed as the leader of Aces and Eights, that he should feud with Hardy, a long-term feud for the title, and they can have it where Hardy as the champion is fighting an uphill battle each and every time. He's getting attacked by the Aces and Eights in the back and injured and getting beat down, but somehow he overcomes the odds and wins and wins and wins, and then eventually Hardy needs to drop the title and they need to put the strap on Bully Ray. In my opinion, he's earned it. He's had a fantastic run as a heel last year. And let's just put the world title on him, see how it goes. And with him as champion, they can do the evolution type thing where, Hardy nearly wins it back, but someone always gets involved, like Flair or Batista or Orton, as it was when Triple H was champion in 2003. Evolution always managed to sort of retain the belt, and that's the way that I would do it with Bully Ray. Have Bully Ray in jeopardy, and next thing you've got Devon or you've got Gallows or whatever, he just managed to save the title by the skin of his teeth, and that's the way they've got to go in my view. So, that's what I want to see. That's what I want to see happen to Bully Ray, Aces and Eights, in the world title picture, and then they need to get Austin Aries and Bobby Roode off and separate them. And I don't want to see that feud again. No way. It's just too soon. But it looks like that's what they're sort of teasing. So, personally, I'd love to see an Austin Aries Kurt Angle feud. To my knowledge, I don't think they've touched too many times, so they've certainly not feuded. So that's something that I would love to see. I think they could have amazing matches. That's the match I wanted to see at Bound for Glory. I wanted Kurt Angle to win the Bound for Glory series and have Austin Aries Kurt Angle feud going into Bound for Glory, but it wasn't to be. Obviously, Hardy won the series and won the title, but yeah, Austin Aries Kurt Angle would definitely interest me. Definitely, I think they could have cracking matches. Both obviously great on the microphone. So, the other thing that I wanted to mention was the X Division. I don't know if I'm in the minority, but I actually don't mind Van Dam as champion, X Division champion. I think it brings a bit of prestige to the belt. Obviously he's a massive name within the sport. So, but what they do need to do is establish credible challengers, and in my opinion, they need to have more. I never thought I'd say this, to be honest, but they need to have more gimmick matches. They need to. At the moment, the X Division is just kind of like an intercontinental title or a TV title. It's not. It's lost its identity, in my opinion, over the last I don't know 6 months, maybe more. Since Aries lost the belt, or give up the belt to go after the world title. In my opinion, we need to see more gimmick matches. That's what the X Division is to me. It's kind of like a showcase, a high spot fest, and love that or hate it. That's what it is, and that's what it needs to be. In the middle of the card of a pay-per-view to keep the crowd high, and yeah, that's what it should be. So I want to see ladder matches. I want to see, Ultimate X matches. This is what I want to see from the X. I don't want to see one fall 10-minute matches at Van Dam going through his shtick, going through his normal routine. I want to see Kenny King. I want to see Kid Cash. I want to see Ion. I want to see Jesse Sorensen back. And also, please TNA, sign Petey Williams. I'm not sure exactly what he's doing at the minute, but if they reached out and tried to sign him, I'm sure he'd go back. I'm sure he would. It's national exposure at the end of the day. Just sign Petey Williams. This guy is fantastic. Sign Sonjay Dutt. These guys made the X Division. These are the guys that I want to see challenging Van Damme. So sign a couple more guys and establish some credible challengers to the title, and I'll be happy. Because at the moment they're wasting some fantastic talent within that division. So, and then one more quick thing that I wanted to say was something that I've not heard mentioned. Obviously, Alex Shelley was let go, but what I would do is, as I understand it, Sabin is nearly ready to come back. So here's what I'd do: I'd bring Alex Shelley back, and I'd have him attack Chris Sabin out of nowhere, and go with the storyline that Chris Sabin has cost Alex Shelley his job, basically, due to his inability to perform with the Motor City Machine Guns. And Shelley never managed to get the chance as a singles guy. So when Sabin got injured, it cost him his job, basically, cost him his livelihood, took food off his table, and have Alex Shelley as the heel and have a long storyline, long feud between Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, all centred around the fact that Sabin got injured and cost Shelley his job, basically. I think that's without patting myself on the back, I think that would be fantastic. Both guys would put on fantastic matches. They're both good on the mic. So yeah, and Alex Shelley is way too good to not be in the States. I know he's in New Japan at the moment, but I'd like to see him back in the States and on a national level. So yeah, that's just my critique of why TNA is in the shitter, really, in my opinion. About 6 to 8 months ago, TNA, I would say, was in my top 3 promotions that I was watching after New Japan and PWG. I would probably have had TNA third, but now I would say that it's slipped way down to maybe 5th or 6th. So hopefully they can turn it around, because like I say, they've got a lot of talent there, and a couple of tweaks here and there, I think they will do. So if you've got any comments on it, like I say, stick them below, but that's my view. So cheers for watching, see you later.